Hi everyone, I am Anne-Marie from Brambleberry, and today I'm going to show you how to do a really fun, simple melt and pour project that is perfect for exfoliating for either winter skin or getting ready to have the smoothest, softest summer skin. This project is made with goat's milk melt and pour from Brambleberry. It has a full 10% goat's milk in it, so it's extra skin loving, extra moisturizing. It also utilizes sweet almond oil, which is a great lightweight oil that helps to provide a moisture barrier and conditioning for the skin. These are dragon fruits and they don't smell so much, but they're kind of a fantasy fragrance for us. And so we have created a beautiful fruity floral fragrance. It's dragon fruit and hibiscus. This fragrance was so good. It got chosen for the Brambleberry Juice Bar collection, which is obviously totally juicy, juice inspired, luscious collection of fragrances, perfect for spring, summer, or livening up those winter days. Finally, to get some of the interesting color here that we have that is meant to evoke the dragon fruit, we're going to be using poppy seeds and also the raspberry mica from Brambleberry. And the last thing, the thing that provides the gentle exfoliation for your skin, is cane sugar. Now, you can't buy cane sugar at Brambleberry, but you can get it in any baking aisle at any major grocery store. You're going to be using a full 18 ounces of it, so keep that in mind when you're looking around going, how much do I need to buy? All right, let's get started. It's really important that you're fully prepared because once we start making this, there's no going back, there's no stopping, and it moves really fast. First things first, chop up 6 ounces of the goat's milk melt and pour, put it into a smaller container, and then weigh out 6 ounces of the sweet almond oil into this container. One of the things that you'll notice when we start to make this is that when we add our full 18 ounces of sugar, the sugar temperature is low, so it makes the melt and pour want to harden quickly. But also 18 ounces of sugar into basically 6 ounces of melt and pour. Wow, that turns it into a semi-solid right away. So the sweet almond oil helps keep the entire thing more liquid for longer, in addition to providing that moisture barrier and conditioning barrier for the skin. Now, put this entire thing in the microwave and make sure you have a larger container on hand because we're going to want the larger container to mix everything up. So you'll notice our melt and pour is here, our oil is here, never the twain shall mix. Gonna put this all into this larger bowl. Gonna get all of it out, and then I'm going to weigh my fragrance oil. I'm just gonna weigh it in this smaller container. I just need 0.5 ounces for the entire batch. This is a really lovely fragrance. It's nice and strong. And with melt and pour, you use less fragrance than you do with, say, cold processed soap. I'm gonna put that in here, put my scale off to the side, and stir that in nice and well. Because with all that oil, all that melt and pour, you wanna make sure the fragrance oil isn't just kind of sitting in there without having been fully stirred in. We're gonna do a lot of stirring for our color though. So 0.2 ounces of poppy seeds, all the way in there. And then I'm gonna measure out my colorant, because the colorant with melt and pour soap, you can always end up having a colorant that does a little bit of lathering, say pink, if you use too much. So we don't want that. We want a nice creamy lather. So I measured out just 1/2 teaspoon of that mica, and now we're just gonna stir it all in and try to incorporate the color in fully and incorporate the poppy seeds in. And if you stop stirring, you'll notice it does separate. Don't worry about that. You will end up having that sugar to bind it all together. Now I'm using the Brambleberry clamshell molds for these. They are really nice size and shape, and they cut really well and come out easily. You can also use like a 12-bar silicone mold in this shape as well. Now is the time that we are going to be hurrying up a lot. So once we get our sugar in, it's go time. So I'm going to add my sugar and really quickly do it and keep stirring and then try and get that fully incorporated in. And then we're going to just lickety split, try and pour as fast as we can without having to melt it again, because every time we melt it, the sugar dissolves just a little bit more, and we really want that sugar to stay for a great exfoliation. So here we go. It's much easier to pour at this kind of temperature. And there we go. Now that these have been sitting for a few hours, it's time to pop them out and cut them. You pop them out just like regular melt and pour soap. you take your large non-serrated knife and you cut them in whatever size or shape you want. In my case right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this into 6 cubes. I think it makes a really nice shape for the hand when you are trying to exfoliate. And this is a good single serving. So the way you would use this is you literally just put it in your hand, you get it wet, and then you scrub up in the shower. In fact, let me get some warm water and I'll show you what that looks like. So to use these solid sugar scrubs, all you do, get it a little bit wet, and then you sort of just exfoliate like you would kind of any sort of solid exfoliation product. And you'll notice it's got a really kind of nice lotion-like lather. That's because of that extra oil in there. And then the sugar is a really nice gentle exfoliant that also breaks down with the water. So it's not gonna be like those apricot seed sugar scrubs that you used to use like back in the 80s and 90s that took the whole first layer of your skin off. Totally food grade product. It gives you a nice gentle exfoliation while leaving your skin moisturized. So with these, you might be thinking, how do I store these and how could I sell them? How could I package them? So a couple of things. You could, one, put it all back in here after it was cut. You can also put them in a cute little baggie. Also, Brambleberry has these really cute bale jar containers that have like a flip lid. That would be really cute in order to sell or store these as well. The main thing is you want to keep them in a fairly not wet environment, because since they have sugar in them and they're kind of soft, wetness, aka humidity or moisture, can make the sugar start to dissolve inside your solid sugar scrubs, which would kind of defeat the purpose of them. So when you are giving them away or selling them, just make sure there's some sort of packaging, even if it's just a bag, so that customers can store them in between uses. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and I really want to know what you want to make in the body care kind of segment, so let me know below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, make sure you hashtag all your stuff Bramble on the socials so we can see what you're making. And until next time, everyone, happy soaping!